Hi, this is a continuation to a video I made yesterday on how to anticipate a chord at beat 2 or 4. So just as a recap, if you put a comma after entering a chord, then if you're in the first cell of a bar, then the next thing you enter will be the chord that will occur at beat 2. And if you put a single caret sign, you get that chord will be anticipated by an eighth note. So basically this is B flat, and then this C minor here will be pushed or anticipated by an eighth note. So essentially that will be played on the and of 1. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. So that was what the other video was about. And then there was a subsequent question: can you actually just rest at the first beat of that? And the answer is yes. So what you're going to do is you're going to change this chord just into a rest. And how you do that is when you enter a chord, you can enter up to 3 periods after the chord. 3 means that it'll be held. So if I was to enter here, press enter here and enter that chord, this would be a B flat that would just be basically 2 held whole notes because the next chord isn't until bar 3. If you put just 2, that's a shot, or just a single chord hit, staccato, that gets played. And if you put only 1, that means all of the instruments rest. So this essentially is just, there will be not silence for the first 2 bars until you hit bar 3 here. So there's nothing going on. And then it starts playing there. So that's how you enter a rest. So if we combine those two things, if I put B flat dot to rest, and then a comma, so that the next chord will be at beat 2, but anticipate it by an eighth note, and then type C minor, what it's going to do is all instruments will rest until this chord, which starts at the end of 1, 1 end. So if I press play, we'll hear the count in, and then you can hear that this will come in at the end of 1. 3, 4, 1, and. So that's how you do that. Now another thing you can do when you're using these rests, shots, or holds with the periods, you can exempt certain instruments from that. So for example, if I type B and D, that means the bass and drums will be exempt from that hold. So only the guitar and the piano then, from the rest. Only the guitar and the piano will rest. So we'll now hear the drums and the bass coming right in at beat 1, but then the other chords won't, the other instruments won't start until the next chord. Incidentally, this is a bass, a piano, drums, and guitar. However, if this was, for example, an electric guitar or a second guitar, you would still put a P if you wanted this one to play. Because even though it's a guitar, this is technically it's designated as the piano track, the track that usually has a piano on it. Anyway, that being said, let me continue with this chord here. So we've got that rest. Everything's resting except for bass and drums. Then I'll put comma, and then I'll put the caret to anticipate this chord by an eighth note, and then I'll type C minor. So that's what gets entered. And just for fun, I'll also type K1 to copy the last 1 bar. So we've got that same thing happening twice in a row here. So the bass and the drums will basically play normally through all of this. They will play the actual chords, but the guitar and piano will rest for that B flat chord. And if I type K4, that copies the last 4 bars. So we'll have that same thing happening again. So let's listen to that all the way through. See how it sounds. All right, I hope that answers the question, and yeah, thanks for watching.